asteroids are flying around us all the time, and there are various sizes, but all you have to do is look up at the moon to see, well, all those craters came from somewhere. So we now know that there are quite a few that cross Earth's lane through the solar system. And if we keep our eyes on the sky, then we can actually do something about it. And that's what Asteroid Day is intended to try and promote. So let's increase our awareness, politically, socially, and if we do find something that's going to hit us, then if there's enough energy behind it, then we can actually do something about it. I mean, people say that an asteroid impact is the only big natural disaster that's entirely preventable.
Mm-hmm. What could, by you giving us this information and by making people aware, what can the people do with the mass? What can we do about it?
Well, one of the things that we can do is, turn out support for things like Asteroid Day, and secondly, tune into the astronomy in your local environment. Public viewings, things like that. Like, let's cast our gaze skyward. I think ultimately Asteroid Day is captured by an old Larry Niven quote that says the dinosaurs went extinct because they didn't have a space program. If we don't have a space program too, we'll go extinct also, and it'll serve us right.
It might be off topic.
No, it's fine.
Like people like Elon Musk and whatnot, they're trying to explore Mars and inhabit Mars. Is that sort of our future?
So the Earth gets hit regularly by asteroids. It's just a matter of time. So, there are really two things you could do. One is we can try and stop them, or we can try and move them, or we can create a backup society somewhere else, which is exactly what Elon Musk and people like him are proposing for colonizing Mars. In case there is a giant rock comes in and pulls a dinosaur era on us and resets civilization. If an asteroid resets civilization's clock here, well, if we have a backup on Mars, then maybe we can get a restart from the red planet.
Talk about some of the things how we could prevent asteroids hitting us. You talk about using a weapon.
Yep. Yeah, so one of the things I'm talking about tonight is, can we really use nuclear weapons to prevent an asteroid from hitting us? So, I like that because it turns a weapon of mass destruction into a tool of planetary defense, which is rad. And will it work? Well, actually, in some cases, yes. In others, no. And it might be, there's another nuclear technology here that's shown, was developed in Nevada and is shown here at the Atomic Testing Museum, which is the nuclear rocket. And if we could actually park a nuclear rocket on the surface of an asteroid and just turn on the gas, then a lot of times it may be smarter or more appropriate to just shove on an asteroid than try and blow it up.
Right. So is this more of a time, like a waiting game when an asteroid will come? It might not happen in our lifetime, but it will happen eventually. Is that?
The important thing to know for Asteroid Day is it's already happened. So we watched an explosion the size of Earth on Jupiter in 1994 from an asteroid hitting it. Fortunately, Jupiter took one for the team. But also in 2013 in Russia, there was a meteor that blew up over Chelyabinsk, and it was 60 feet wide, but it exploded with the force of 500 kilotons. I think that's like 5 Hiroshima bombs. It blew up at 15 miles up, fortunately, but even at that distance, it injured 1,500 people in the town underneath and damaged 7,000 buildings. So this is real. It's not just speculative. It's not just happening way out there. There are a bunch of people on the other side of the world from us who had to deal with this in a real way just a few years ago. And if that thing had come all the way down and hit the ground, there would be a giant hole in the middle of that town, and there would have been quite a few fatalities. So this is real, and we've been lucky, but that's part of why we want to make Asteroid Day happen, is that while we're lucky, let's develop the technology to make sure they don't hit us, instead of just continuing to roll the dice and hope that our luck carries us forever.
Unfortunately, most people are like that nowadays. But
yeah, I know.
What else can you talk about? I'm out of question.
Yeah, no. Basically, there are a lot of connections in Nevada to asteroids and to aerospace. The discovery that nuclear excavation craters were identical to asteroid impact craters was discovered here on the test site. So there's a big crater in Arizona called Meteor Crater. We didn't know we couldn't prove that that was from an asteroid until one of the scientists saw one of the nuke craters here. It went backwards from the way most people think. To us nowadays, a big crater like that, it's obvious it's from an asteroid. But just a few decades ago, the research here in Nevada is what provided the missing link for us, for asteroid research and impact research to come into its own. So in a way, Nevada has a deep and rich history with explosions, and that's particularly relevant for Asteroid Day.